chance to this. Welcome to my house. Play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go out. Welcome to my house. You heard me? We ain't gotta go out, 'cause what? Welcome to my house. It's my house. What? Welcome to my house. It's my house.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Peter Blair on the air, 101.7 WDSR, to which I say to all of you, hello, my hens and cocks. It is now time for tea time at Formula One with Alex and Peter. How you doing, Alex?
Pretty good, Peter. How about you?
Terrible. It was an awful, awful weekend.
Oh, let's hear about it.
Well, first of all, we have some actual sad news.
Yes, we do.
Ladies and gentlemen, I failed to realize it was happening, but last weekend was the final Lone Star Le Mans for the World Endurance Championship. Now, this is a global racing series in which racing cars based on vehicles that you can actually buy on the street. You have your Ford GTs, your Aston Martin DB8s, or 9s, I should say. Well, it's a magnificent racing series that includes the 24 hours of Le Mans, and they even had a special 6-hour round that comes here to Texas in the United States. Well, we live in Pennsylvania, but sadly, because it's undergoing a radical scheduling change where it's going to become a winter series, I hate to say it, this is the last round of the World Endurance Championship that we will get in Texas. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the World Endurance Championship here in America. You can cut the music now.
Goodbye, music.
So anyways, we may as well just give you the results from this magnificent series. The winner of the final Lone Star Le Mans was the number 2 Porsche of the number 2 Porsche 919 Hybrid, as driven by Timo Bernhard, Bamber, and Hartley, followed by the number 919 Porsche Hybrid, driven by Yanni Lotterer and Tandy. And then in third position, we have the number 8 Toyota TS050, driven by Buemi, Sarazan, and Nakajima. And then, of course, in the Le Mans Prototype 2 category, it was the number 36 Alpine A470 Gibson.
Alpine.
Yes, driven by Lapierre, Menzies, and Negrão. And then in GT Le Mans Pro, on top was a Ferrari, the number 51 Ferrari 488 GT, driven by Collado and Pierre Gaudi.
Very nice.
And lastly, winning in the GT Amateur class, the number 98 Aston Martin V8 Vantage of Dalalana Lamy and Matthias Lauda.
Lauda?
Yes, he is the son of Niki Lauda himself.
Oh, wow,
he is
cool.
racing in GT Amateur class.
That's very cool. Glad to see the heritage is continuing.
Absolutely. It always does in these kind of things. At the same time, we have some good news from the World Endurance Championship, because I think we need to, balance it out. Team Yost is back!
Yeah,
Yay!
what's Team Yost?
They are one of the most prestigious Le Mans teams out there. In fact, they are the ones who basically took Audi to be the absolute powerhouse that it was.
Yeah, but then Audi dropped.
Yeah, because Volkswagen cheated at Dieselgate and they couldn't afford to maintain any of their motorsports programs. Indeed.
So thankfully we have
so let's just go through So they have coming back with Mazda support. So that should be interesting.
This will be very interesting.
Indeed. So let us just go through the record of this magnificent team. The first win I have here on Wikipedia was in 1996. And they were driving a TWR Porsche WSC 95. And then they won again in 97. And then they would take their next victory in 2000 under the Audi Sport Team Used, with the Audi R8 in 2000, 2001, 2002. And then after a dry spell, they came back in 2006 with the Audi R10 TDI. And then we had Audi Sport North America, who I think might be part of the same group, because it's the same set of drivers, and then same car, the Audi R10 TDI in 2007 and 08. And then they lost to Peugeot in 2009. And then in 2010, the Audi R15 TDI Plus, they won at Le Mans. 2011, the Audi R18 TDI again. In 2012, the Audi R18 e-tron Quattro. 2013, Quattro in 2014. And then it's been Porsche for the last 3 years. So like I said, they are coming back.
That's very exciting, to be honest.
And also, it was the final round for IndyCar last weekend.
Cool.
And Joseph Newgarden, congratulations, is now IndyCar's youngest champion at the age of 26.
Wow, impressive.
He came in second at the finale in Sonoma, but that was enough for him to win. Well, it was enough for him to win the championship. So, yes, it is a great day. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get to the real brass tacks. It is time to go to the magnificent world where men are men and where gods walk the earth. The great world of Formula One.
Well done. Pits one, pick up rubber. Awesome job. Unbelievable. We are world champions! World champions! He's going
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have to follow up with the sad news. Renault driver Jolyon Palmer has just learned over the internet that he's being replaced.
Say something.
Did I read that?
I'm giving up on
I might have read that.
Yes, well, I wouldn't be surprised. It was actually quite sad. He didn't even get a formal letter of...
Wait. How? What's going on here?
He is the man to be replaced by Carlos Sainz Jr. after Sainz Jr. got sold from his team to Renault.
So then where's he going?
Nowhere. He's out of a drive.
Wait a second. Is he the guy from Brazil?
No.
Because that guy retired, but then I thought he came back.
Felipe Massa,
Yeah,
yes.
Felipe Massa. He came back, right?
Yeah, he came back
After he retired.
Yes, but no. This is Jolyon Palmer. He's one of the younger drivers, and yes, apparently he's just found out. He did not get a formal letter. He just found out on the internet that he was getting booted off the team, because don't forget, Carlos Sainz Jr. currently drives for Toro Rosso, and they had for some reason are switching to Honda engines. And so, as part of the penalty to avoid the contract termination penalties with Renault, their current engine supplier, they were told, give us Carlos Sainz Jr. and you can terminate your engine contract. And that means he's going to be replacing Jolyon Palmer. So, bye-bye, Jolyon.
Oh,
you
man.
had a decent run.
Will he be back?
I doubt it.
Oh.
I should probably, while this music's going, we should actually read his record, I think. I think it's probably fair that we only read the records of the people who are out. Okay, so he won... So he's been racing since 2005 in T-Cars Automobile Trophy. We've never know what those are. And Formula Palmer? He has his own racing series named after him? I have no idea what that
goodness,
is.
that's weird. That's funny, though.
Yeah. So he's raced in Formula 2, GP2, FIA Formula 2, GP2 series, and then he got his first Formula 1 drive in 2014 for Sahara Force India as a test driver. And then he was a test driver in 2015 for the Lotus F1 team. And then he did his first Grand Prix in 2016 with Renault. And this year is his last year in Formula 1.
Wow, what a shame.
Indeed.
He was pretty talented, wasn't he?
He's alright,
Enough?
I think.
Enough?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, in GP2 series, 22 races in 2014, 22 in 2013, 24 in 2012. Yes, here are the numbers that count. 2006 was his first championship win with the T-Cars Autumn Trophy, and then 2014 was his first championship title in GP2. And then for 2016, his first Formula 1 championship, he came in 18th. And at the moment, he's running 16th in 2017. So, here's to you, Jolyon. Terminate that
Goodbye.
crap!
It's gone. No more.
Yes. So anyways, now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into what last weekend the big news was. Oh, come on. Singapore, yes, the most interesting Grand Prix in the world. Well, not this one, unfortunately.
Oh, man, let's hear it.
So, anyway, let's remind you, 2 years ago, there was a man on the track. And then the following year, last year, there was a lizard. This year, a happy couple actually managed to get onto the track when the race wasn't actually active, but they were there on the track.
Very nice.
So despite this country being so strict that they will beat you with a cane if you possess chewing gum, they were able to get on the track somehow. So who cares what their result is, but all we will say is it happened, and they bragged about it on social media.
Good for them.
3 a.m. in the morning, the tweet reads, bribe the security guard to let us onto the track. He not only greedy, and I kid you not, it says he not only agreed, he took the photo. Non-F1 fans won't understand this, but most of us will. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
I like that.
And of course, another interesting thing that happened was with the Sahara Force India. They decided to race a dinosaur.
Oh my gosh, what is that they're doing now?
Well, no, that's literally what happened. Now, as we know that on the Formula One car, on the rear, on the engine intake, there's this long fin, presumably to aid the aerodynamics and to help it stop if it's spinning out. Well, they've added Stegosaurus ribbing on the rear of it. I don't think we've ever seen anything like it. It's bloody elaborate.
I'd say so. I mean, it just looks like a spine.
Exactly, it's a spine. Yeah,
But why?
Something about the aerodynamics. I'm not going to pretend to know. I mean,
I remember they did something else weird last year. It was one of those weird fins on the front or back or something like that. Oh,
Well-
yeah, it's that big fin on the back.
well, I know Formula One also did a. I know that this is one of the many teams when we switched to the V6s that had schlongs in the front of the car. So, like I said, that is interesting stuff. Now, qualifying was magnificent. Sebastian Vettel took pole. It was
Oh,
absolutely
nice.
magnificent.
Very
yes. A Q3 time of 1:39.496. No, 491, sorry. And then in second position was Max Verstappen of Red Bull with a time of .814, followed by Daniel Ricciardo and Kimi Räikkönen. And then Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas were in 5th and 6th places respectively. Yes,
Very
suck on
nice.
that, Stuttgart. And there wasn't really much of a significant upset in the starting grid position, aside from the fact that Marcus Ericsson was penalized 5 grid places for an unscheduled gearbox change. Now, I was wrong. Now, I should recant a statement. This is not a high downforce track. This is a low downforce track. Because, even though there's a lot of corners, the corners are so tight that you need the Formula One car to do something it wasn't quite intended to do. Rotate.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought it was a pretty low downforce
Yeah,
track.
it is a low downforce track. And then on race day, it was a first for the books. The first wet race at Singapore.
Oh.
Which is surprising, because I would have thought that in that part of the world, you'd be getting tropical rain a lot.
So I did read about this. I just forgot who won. I remember now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let us go through the news. I need to do a bit of preparation
Because
here.
I was looking at the Instagram stories of both Lewis Hamilton and was it Valtteri Bottas?
Yes.
I forget.
So let us just set the scene here. It begins with Sebastian Vettel on the front row. He is on the outside, so that means he's on the right side, and the first turn is a left. And then next to him is Max Verstappen, and then behind Vettel is Daniel Ricciardo, and then next to Daniel Ricciardo is Kimi Räikkönen. So basically, it's so if we were to go clockwise, it's Vettel, Ricciardo, Räikkönen, and Verstappen. Well, the lights went out. The race went underway, and it was a magnificent start from Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Räikkönen as he tried to come up behind Max Verstappen, and then this happened.
I saw that. I remember. That was intense.
Indeed. So let us actually. Unfortunately, I didn't get my audio levels mixed correctly. So here was my reaction when it went down.
Cry havoc and let's slip the dogs of war!
Yes, I was pissed. So what happened was, we will go through this in greater detail, but there was a magnificent crash in which both Kimi Räikkönen and Sebastian Vettel were knocked out of the race.
Oh
So
my
both
goodness.
Ferraris dead. I mean, ow!
As you said that, the connection
Yeah.
cut. Oh my gosh, that's so funny on the YouTube video he's watching.
Exactly. So you had Kimi Räikkönen, and that was Max Verstappen, so they both got taken out. But unfortunately, the crash prompted an oil leak on Sebastian Vettel, which caused him to spin out and retire the car. So even though he did get through the scuffle, he did not actually survive in the long run. So that
Man.
brought out the first of 3 safety cars for the evening.
Oh wow, that thing's pouring.
Yes, indeed, it is just not a good
A lot
sight.
of rain.
Well, actually, no, it wasn't raining. The track was still wet, but here's the thing: that even though it is night, so you're not going to have the sun drying the tarmac as you would anywhere else. So like I said, despite the fact we were set up for a Ferrari win, I'm still gonna blame Max Verstappen or Kimi Räikkönen. Either way, Kimi Räikkönen should go anyways. They should not renew his contract ever again. They should get rid of him. Maybe give a seat to Julian Palmer. That would be a good thing to do.
I'd say so.
Indeed. So like I said, we will go into detail. They're fine.
I cannot believe that.
I know, it's ludicrous.
I got damage. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, at that point, he's...
That was Max Verstappen. Yeah, in fact, like I said, it was heartbreaking. And we will go into detail with what actually happened on the first corner. And then under that safety car on lap 2, all the cars came in.
All of them.
Well, the vast majority of them at least. And then they decided to switch tires into intermediates because the track was starting to dry out in certain places because the cars were generating enough heat to actually dry the place out.
Yes.
And of course, by lap 5, Valtteri Bottas was actually in the mix, fighting with Julian Palmer. And oh yeah, Lewis Hamilton. Fernando Alonso also got knocked out. But then by lap 11.
I'm sorry.
Daniel Kvyat was out as well. What happened was he was trying to turn a hard left, but he locked up, understeered, and he lost control of the car and he went straight into the Pirelli barrier. It wasn't a bit of an ignominious defeat. And then by lap 13, Felipe Massa was coming up against a Van Dorn in the pit exit, and of course that will provoke an incident because the two of them came really, really close. And they even tapped under a safety
He
car.
made some contact there.
And this is under a safety car. Apparently they can't quite decide who is actually in the lead as I believe it was Massa exiting the pits. I mean, it was just not a good sight. And then by lap 17 we were racing again. And then we had Kevin Magnussen, who tapped.
Some collision there.
Yes, he tapped Felipe Massa,
Tire
but
to
he still
tire.
got through. But then Felipe Massa came through, almost running him off the track again onto the next corner, and then he turned, and then on the next hard left where
Squeezed right past.
Magnussen had the inside, we had an opportunity from Esteban Ocon, who tried to gain a position on Massa, and he held it. And then it was Magnussen, Ocon, and Massa. Like, it was a pretty intense scuffle. Then lap 29, Daniel Ricciardo came in, pitted, and he was the first man to go onto dry weather tires. And he went for the Purple Band Ultra Softs, a very aggressive choice. And then in came Lewis Hamilton on lap 30, who also went onto the Ultra Soft dries. So by this point it was decided that the track was indeed drying out. Lap 34, Esteban Ocon was doing a very, very ballsy pass on the outside
And he did it.
against one of the Hasses. Yes, it was against Magnussen. And then lap 2, the yellow flag went up, and it looks like, and it turned out that Pascal Wehrlein spun his car out and smashed his rear left wheel. Nope, sorry, that's Marcus Ericsson who crashed out. So yeah, he just came around the corner, struck the curb, and spun out.
What team is that? Is that Williams?
That is Sauber.
Sauber.
Yes, bearing the yes.
Why another safety car? Surely DSC would work.
No, Lewis Hamilton, because the car was in such a strange place, they had to put cranes on the track to hoist them out. And then there was a disastrous pit stop from Nico Hulkenberg. They just couldn't deal with the left rear wheel, from the looks of it. But then of course there were so many safety car sessions that they had to switch to a countdown timer because races cannot exceed 2 hours. And Lewis Hamilton won. There was no real excitement. There was no real way to catch him. As I said, it was a very, very disappointing weekend.
Yeah.
So Lewis Hamilton won this thing. And that was a very, lackluster result. So Lewis
Ferraris
Hamilton
had
won.
the chance. If
They
could've
did.
Stayed in.
But I'm going to blame either Kimi Räikkönen or Max Verstappen.
It would have been a much more competitive race if they had been there.
Exactly, it would have been.
Because other than them, there's nobody that can take on Hamilton.
Yes, indeed. So anyways, so let us review what actually happened. So as I said, Sebastian Vettel's on the outside, and then next to him is Max Verstappen. And then behind Verstappen is Kimi Räikkönen. Now, Kimi Räikkönen got a good start, and he tried to push on the inside. And then his rear wheel tapped the inside chassis of Max Verstappen, which prompted a bump. Well, I'm still not quite sure what the exact wording is on it. But like I said, basically...
It was a solid push.
Exactly.
At the side of
But from the
T-bone.
up top, so from the up top, it looks like as soon as Kimi Räikkönen was passing Verstappen, like he was definitely ahead by maybe 1 inch, but he got really, really close, scraping close on and tight on the inside. And then Sebastian Vettel, Well, it looks to me like Sebastian Vettel could have cleared it. Like his rear wheel was clearing the wing, but just as it happened, Kimi Räikkönen tapped Max Verstappen, which caused him to pendulum swing a little bit onto Sebastian Vettel, and that struck his left engine intake, which would prompt an oil leak. But then that meant that it completely eliminated the wheels of Kimi Räikkönen, who spun it out, went to the side, and with no braking, he smashed back into Max Verstappen and Fernando Alonso in the McLaren. So that was Alonso taken out again. I mean, like I said, it was quite
an intense start.
Yes, it was. So yeah, okay. So after looking at the footage again and thinking long and hard about it, Kimi Räikkönen is to blame. He should not have his contract renewed.
So is he all the way on the wall side?
Yes, he is. He is on the wall side. He's on the inside.
I think he had more of a view than anyone else because. So who was on the right?
On the right is we are okay, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking at the onboard footage of Max Verstappen. So Kimi Räikkönen is coming in on the left, fast and hard. So Kimi Räikkönen started right behind him. So that is a really great start. And then Sebastian Vettel is clearing away. In fact, what we are going to do at the moment,
it looks like he should be.
We are going to take it down to 0.5 speed.
That's more speed. That's top speed. That's faster speed.
All right, so actually, we're going to go all the way back to 0.25 just so we can watch in detail as to what happened here. And then, so Max Verstappen got started. And then Kimi Räikkönen is going to sweep up on the left side on the inside wall. Very ballsy because it's probably only maybe a car and a quarter length. But however, now Sebastian Vettel does have a bit of a start. Max Verstappen is gaining, but as we come up to the first corner, there we go.
Yeah,
yes, it was. It's Kimi
right
Räikkönen. Kimi Räikkönen turned in too soon to set up for the next corner. I think what he was trying to do was try to get further in track so he would be in a better position to turn and maybe make Max Verstappen blink, but that just didn't happen. And what ended up happening was that he lost his rear wheel, which meant he lost braking. Kimi Räikkönen lost his front wheel, but he was much slower, but he was still coasting, and he ended up being faster than Max Verstappen, and then he hit Max Verstappen, who also then smashed into Fernando Alonso.
Chain reaction for the books.
Indeed it was. It was very disappointing. So let us remember the fallen. So Lewis Hamilton won, followed by Daniel Ricciardo for Red Bull, and then Valtteri Bottas for Mercedes, and then Carlos Sainz for Toro Rosso. I bet they're going to be said that they sold him to another team. Followed by Perez, Palmer, Van Dorn, Lance Stroll, Grosjean, Ocon, Massa, Wehrlein. And interesting factoid, Pascal Wehrlein was 2 laps behind everybody else. And for the fallen, so let us start from the rear. So in the first opening scuffle, Kimi Räikkönen, then Max Verstappen, and Fernando Alonso. And then Sebastian Vettel, who got hit, but he was able to keep going on for just a little bit, but they would have had the retirement anyways because he was leaking oil. Well, it turns out that oil caused him to spin, and he took out his front nose. And then Daniel Kvyat on lap 10 was lost. Then Marcus Ericsson on lap 35 was lost as well. And then Nico Hülkenberg on lap 48 and Kevin Magnussen on lap 50. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as we go through the best of Team Radio, I have to pull up the points calculator because I completely forgot to set that up. So the best audio from the 2017 first in Q3 from Nico Hülkenberg.
Did we beat the McLaren or not?
You're in front of both McLarens. Excellent work.
Yeah, baby, in your face.
Superb job, Nico, superb.
And then in Q3 of Sebastian Vettel, after he took pole.
Sebastian, pole position. Nice one, nice one.
Yes!
I love him. I love him.
Ragazzi, che grande! Oh, I touched the horn badly. Out of 19, but I had to go for it. Grazie. Grande lavoro. Grande, grazie.
I'm starting to think those are the only Italian words he knows. But then lap 1 on by Max Verstappen after his crash.
I got damage. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then lap 1 by Kimi Räikkönen. He had this to say when everything went down.
No idea. You okay, mate?
Yeah, I'm okay, but it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a very calm way to look at it. And then Sebastian Vettel on lap 1. After he spun out and crashed into the wall.
Spun, lost the car. I think I have damage on the
Yeah, big
front
damage.
left.
Big damage on the side pod. Stop the car. Stop the car.
You sure?
Yes, we know without water pressure.
I confirm I stopped the car, correct?
Yes.
As he spins
stop the
it
car
around.
now.
Okay, sorry guys. P0. Sorry. I'm really sorry.
Then Carlos Sainz by lap 9 when he was tangling with the with Esteban Ocon.
Well done. Next target, Van Dorn.
Leave me alone, leave me alone. I need full focus, guys. Don't talk to me.
That's a very admirable way to look at it. And Lewis Hamilton by lap 13, the safety car.
Has everyone changed tires except me? Not sure that was a good idea, is it?
Well, it worked. Kevin Magnussen on lap 34.
Presso il button. Come on, shut up.
Kevin Magnussen on lap 50 after he
Slow down, slow down. We have lost him. M2K, slow down. Oh, sake.
Oh, come on, America. We're better than this. And then Lewis Hamilton on the checkered flag.
Guys, what can I say? What a turnaround today. Fantastic job with the strategy. Thank you so much for all the hard work, and you can continue to believe in me. What a great day.
Icarus, if you are listening, you better strike in 2 weekends. Oh, and Carlos Sainz Jr. on the checkered flag.
Vai, cavolo. I4, Carlos. Boom, shakalaka. Vamos, 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 vamos. Toma, toma. Toma.
Yes, quite the sport.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
All right, so hang on. Let me pull up the Drivers' Championship results. And now I've got to power up my F1, my
Points
F1
calculator.
points calculator on wait, hang on. F1 Fanatic points calculator. All right, so as it stands, Lewis Hamilton currently leads with 263 points. Sebastian Vettel falls behind with 235. That's quite the gap.
Yeah.
So let us say. So where is, so hang on, how is this arranged? Oh, there we go. So, if Sebastian Vettel wins in Malaysia, and Japan, in America, Mexico, Brazil, and Abu Dhabi, and Lewis Hamilton comes in second in every single one of those races as well. And let us run the computation. Sebastian Vettel can win by 14 points, but he's got to win every single race, and that is
that's not realistic, man. I want it to be, but
now let's pretend that Icarus listens to our prayers, and Lewis Hamilton's car blows up again at Malaysia. And I do believe Sebastian Vettel can win at Malaysia because he has won there before in a Ferrari. That would put Lewis Hamilton 32 points behind. So like I said, it is going to be absolutely fierce. We're going to have to watch carefully.
the tides are going to have to turn for this to work out in our favor.
Indeed. Now, like I said, we won't talk about Malaysia this week because that's in 2 weekends. But that track is a high downforce track.
Yes.
Because there are a lot of grand sweeping corners. So you need to have that car planted hard on the ground. In fact, I will give this little teaser though.
Okay.
Malaysia, the downforce is so high at Malaysia that there are also these 2 long straights.
Okay.
And well, what happened was, I distinctly remember, this was Fernando Alonso was still racing for Ferrari. This was still the era of the V8s.
Mm-hmm.
He had a slight collision with someone, and that caused the front supports of his front wing to just get skew with, crooked. Well, the downforce generated was so great at such high speeds on these straights that when he got to the end of the second one, the wing fell off, and then his car drove on top of it. He lost all steering, all brakes, and he was just coasting along. It was
sliding at that point.
It was absolutely hilarious. So that's it for Formula One, and we still have 15 minutes. It's about, I don't know what else is there. What else is happening in the world?
So what we could talk about is the accident that I saw at what is that? Preston Lane and 309. That's the exit out to 309.
Preston Lane. I think I know that one. So what happened there?
So I was pulling out to go to Little Caesars with my roommate. We do
Yeah.
this once a month or something
Yeah.
like that. It's cheap pizza. It's whatever it is. We and I come around the corner. I look over and I see a car on top of another car, like
Jeez.
sedans.
Uh-huh.
I see a Ford Fusion. Now, do you have this in your head? Do you know what that looks like?
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
So-
it looks like an Aston Martin knockoff, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
On top of on top of this late '90s BMW, and it's just sticking. I gotta show you the video. There's no way to explain it. It's crazy here. I have the video on my phone.
Okay. All right, so let us take a look at this. Well, okay, so
Look at that.
holy,
I don't know how that happened.
neither do. So yeah,
It'll keep replaying.
okay. So what? Yeah. Okay, wow. So it's not quite
That's the
on top as I
2000s.
thought it was. It's
But I still don't understand how that happened.
Well,
it's on top
yeah.
of like the.
So the front right wheel of the Ford Fusion is somehow on top of the hood of the BMW. That's astounding. I
Like
had to-
without any kind of rollover or anything. I don't understand how that's possible.
Yeah, I
mean, the
not
Ford
sure
Fusion's
either.
a low car. I mean, both of those are low cars. I don't know how it managed to make its way up the side of that BMW. But
I don't know
I
how
thought that was
either.
entertaining.
Yeah.
You just see a few guys standing there.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, my Flickr handle is PGB18014.
Oh,
Now,
there's your photos there.
You have to check it out. In fact, Shay, if you are listening, you should try to find your picture on my Flickr and put it into your Twitter feed, because it is absolutely magnificent. I want the whole world to see this. Where's my photo stream? So it was a forward lighting project, and I had my friend Shay dress
my
up as an
gosh.
old-timey racing driver, and then I turned it black and white. Oh, yes, it is
That's
absolutely
a beautiful
glorious.
picture.
So he is wearing a boiler suit, a white turtleneck, and these brown leather driving gloves. He's got this old motorcycle helmet and my flame retardant balaclava on. So he's wearing the clothing I provided to him, and he is in this high contrast light, 16:1 lighting ratio, and he's looking into the light, and he looks like a proper old-timey racing driver.
Yes,
he is a
he
superhero.
does.
And there's a beautiful halo effect, and I didn't even use a set light. It's just two lights, and there's this beautiful halo effect in the background.
Peter, you gotta submit this to something, like some kind of photo contest. This
Well,
is insane.
I have submitted it to the black and white photo group on Flickr, but I don't think they've actually posted anything of me because they actually run those through a curator.
Of course.
And then, of course, there is a photo competition my parents have mentioned, and I think I missed the deadline for that one, but I'll submit it to that definitely.
Beautiful, Peter.
In fact, what happened was I took this using my new EOS M5.
I was gonna say, was it the M5?
Yes, and then I took it to the guys at the camera shop. I took the camera in, showed them the original raw color, and they were amazed at it. And then I picked up a 50mm prime as well.
Very nice.
So yeah, my camera is complete, and it looks magnificent.
It has to. Oh my goodness.
Yes, I mean, like I said, he looks like an actual.
He does.
He's a hero.
Oh man, I wish Shay was there to drive. Just drive any car.
Yes, yeah. Well,
Trust me, if you saw this picture, guys, you'd be inspired.
Indeed you would. So that is my contribution. Well, so okay, I guess we're gonna have to go on to.
Jalopnik.
Yeah, I guess we'll go into
I
Jalopnik for a
had
bit.
something to say about Jalopnik, but I can't remember what it was. I was browsing that the other day.
Well, it's something to do with nice price or crack pipe,
No, but I love that section.
or Skaycog special prize of comment of the day.
No, I was thinking about. Oh, I meant to ask you. So,
Yeah.
with Mazda going back into Le Mans.
Yeah.
You don't think there's any chance that they're going to be using rotary engines, do you?
Uh,
Like the legendary 780.
Unlikely, highly unlikely. But yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
aside from the Miata, or the MX-5 as they call it now, they don't
Yeah.
make any sporty cars.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Mazda, think about it.
Yeah, they terminated the RX-8, didn't they?
Yeah. All they've
Damn.
got are a couple aggressive-looking crossovers
Let me.
and some cheesy-looking sedans.
Well, here's the thing. The weird thing about those crossovers is they're really trying to push for some like high art concept thing. Like they have
yeah.
this Asian man hand sewing the. Oh, for heaven's sakes! They have black on the website. They're trying to make it look like it's a Mercedes website almost. So yes.
I do like.
it comes in a hard roof.
You know, we both like the MX-5.
Yes, though I'm actually more of a fan of the Fiat 124 Spider, which
of
is
course.
the same chassis,
The
same
sister car.
interior, but slightly different engine. Yeah, that is a shame.
Oh, what? They threw a Chrysler engine in there instead? Is that what you want?
No. I'm talking about how
Fiat.
Mazda has there's just so few sporting cars nowadays.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's sad. Yeah. Yeah. Well, hang on. So let me pull up the hang on. Nice price or crack pipe. Okay, nice price or crack pipe from Jalopnik. Okay, here's one. Okay, so for $6,000, will we say ka-chow to a 1993 Geo Metro Cars homage business opportunity?
The Metro, a convertible Metro.
Yeah, so it's safe to say. Oh, so somebody took a Metro and they done it up as a Lightning McQueen from Cars.
Oh man, that's a beautiful Geo. Oh, they got the window cover and everything for the eyes.
The car is claimed to be super clean inside and out and to run great. The paint is top trim, all looking fine.
It's
So
pulling a hot dog stand in that one picture.
yes, it is. So
How much they asking for it?
$6,000 for 1993 Geo Metro.
Not. Absolutely not.
Well, in that paint scheme, no way either. So I'm gonna say crack pipe.
those things sell for
Vote.
about like
85% of people who saw this said it's a crack pipe.
Peter,
so
do you know how much those sell for to begin with?
I don't know how much.
I've seen them around for like 900. Craigslist. Nowhere more than 1,200 I wouldn't pay for a Geo Metro.
Okay, I'm selecting a few. I think we've got an interesting couple. Let me just pull up a few more. Oh, excellent. Okay, I've got 3 ready to go right here for $3,750. A 1996
Ooh, it's a
BMW
hatch.
318 hatch. So what else do we know about it? Well, the interior looks decent. Here we so any let me see, BMW blah 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 blah. I'm trying to find an actual
I've
specs.
never seen a hatch of one of those.
Oh, the interior looks like it's in good condition as well, and it looks like there is a. I think I'm trying to.
Aftermarket seat?
No, I believe BMW's actually ran out, and it looks like it does run on a manual box as well.
I hope so.
Let me see the M series car.
Oh, is it an M?
Yes, it is. Looks like it is an M.
That. Oh, I love that back. Nobody likes that, but I love it.
138 horsepower. So.
Oh. Yeah, but for such a light car, that's not terrible.
The wheels look a bit small for my tastes. Sorry.
The wheels do?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
They look tiny.
It's not a big time car. How much are they asking for it?
$3,750.
They less than the miles?
No, I don't see anything on miles, or at least I can't find it quickly. Here it is. No, that's a build number.
That's a deciding factor for me.
Yeah, I can't find the mileage anywhere.
I think the front looks amazing, and the back is just so unique. I'd go for it, but I don't think you would.
Oh, you know what? I will say nice price for you.
Thank you,
And we will
Peter.
vote. And
Most people say
79% said it's a nice price.
I mean, honestly, at that point, you're not paying for performance, for sure, with 138 horsepower. But I'm paying for something that I would genuinely enjoy driving if it had a manual gearbox and that style in. For that price.
I would say gut it and make it a racer. That's what I would do.
I think it's so clean that I wouldn't want to risk messing with it. Now this, Peter.
what
Now
do we got?
I know you've got one lined up. It looks like a Datsun. What? Oh, it's an AMC.
Yeah, an AMC Pacer.
So here's a Geo Metro for sale on Craigslist. Manual transmission.
In Strasbourg.
It's a 92. It's got 2 new tires. It's
And
got
only
air conditioning.
And $500 with 109,000 miles.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of rust. Oh no, it got new rockers. Oh, that's very nice. Yeah, so for $500 for a Geo Metro, I mean the convertibles are going for a little more, like $1,500.
Yeah.
$1 parts car.
Yeah. All right, so now we are
Let's see
looking
this AMC.
at 1970s AMC Pacer for $4,500.
The name AMC will get you a couple dollars these days, just because it's defunct brand.
Well, we are getting a lot of conflicting pictures here. Actually, I'm not sure what the story
I'm sure there's
is.
a story somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Can I read that little.
Oh,
part, that excerpt?
no, there are different ones. There's a white AMC Pacer with flames, a gray 75 Pacer, a tan 77 Pacer, and a two-tone white and yellow 75 Pacer.
So you're getting all of them for that price?
No, I think it's a different. Each one is I think it's per car.
Gotcha.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's for all of
It's
them.
all of them. You get 4 cars for $4,500 at roughly $900 each.
Well, with that many of them, you got to at least have one working one by the time you move some parts around.
Well, actually, no. I would say, business opportunity. You get all 4, get them all running, gut them, prep them, race prep them, and then find a track, and you can host your own personal racing series. So if you get your largest state, make a track, and you can have rally parties with your friends.
You know, that does
There's
sound
no need for a
fantastic.
license or anything.
However, just for the fact that it's, I mean, first of all, we all agree that's a nice price. That's awesome.
Okay, yes. Yes, nice price. OMG, 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 OMG. Voting,
Yeah, most people said
78%
that.
say yes.
You know, those things are pieces of history at this point. I mean, maybe
Indeed they
take
are.
one, gut it, and race it, but the rest, man,
Well, you know, there was a... did you ever watch Justified?
never did.
Shame, it was a great show.
Never heard of it.
There's this one character in it played by Lee Patton Oswalt.
Okay.
He plays this a bit of an young enthusiastic local deputy,
Okay.
and he has to pay for his own equipment, his own uniforms, and he drives a blue Pacer with his
Yeah.
own lights that he had to pay for himself. And he keeps an AKM in the back seat.
Oh boy.
Okay, I think last one, and then we'll call it an evening. So for $29,999, an orange and black 2005 Lotus Elise. Oh,
How much is it?
Lotus.
29,000.
30 grand. Just $1 short of 30 grand.
All right.
Oh boy, so it's a 2005 Elise.
It looks good. Looks like new.
52,000 miles.
All right, that's significant.
And I mean, now I have sat in one. I will. Now these cars have a tendency to have really, really stiff clutches, from what I've experienced with my
I
time
heard
over.
they're really stiff everything. Suspension, seating.
Well, of course, like this is a track car. Like it's a race car, but it's road legal and maybe just a bit underpowered as an actual race car. But
it's
it
got
is
a
supposed
Toyota
to be.
minivan engine in it.
Oh, pretty much, yeah. So I'm gonna say nice price because I believe that new one goes for like 70.
Yeah, go for it. I don't know what they sell for, to be honest.
Nice price. I'm gonna say nice price. I'm gonna vote, and 65% said
There you
yes. Indeed. There we go.
I did read. I often read a column on Auto Trader. Doug DeMiro. You ever heard of him?
Oh yes,
What a
I watched
man.
his videos.
Oh, you
and
watch his videos too?
And I followed him when he was still at Jalopnik when he
Yeah.
was driving his Hummer around.
Oh my gosh! Have you been following what he's been doing? He's got his what does he have? The Range Rover right now? No, Land Rover Defender.
Yes.
Imported straight from England.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And he asks people, he's like, "You ever seen one of these before?" They're like, "Of course, it's just a Jeep." And I think I might have seen him, to be honest, because how many right-hand drive yellow Range or Land Rover Defenders do you see in the area? You don't. And
Yeah.
he's pulling right onto Passer Road.
Well, he is strictly speaking stationed in Philly, so.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's why I think it could possibly be him.
Indeed.
Oh man, while we're on the topic of YouTubers, and I know your beloved vloggers,
Oh yeah.
you ever follow any of the other guys that he kind of works with, like Tyler Hoovie, Hoovie's Garage?
No, I don't actually.
I'll have to show you. I won't show you, but I'll just mention to you.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love Doug DeMiro.
Yeah. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I guess we'll wrap it up there now because we've had such a disappointing weekend, losing the Lone Star Lamont and seeing such a horrible, horrible defeat. Speaking of video games, did you know that Formula One now has an esports series on?
Yes, I did hear about it.
Well, I think I missed the deadline to qualify, but yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Next
Oh,
year
well.
when I'm not thinking about school stuff, I think. So anyways, to
School's
help
intense.
Yeah. So to help motivate us and feel better, I decided to get a song about epic heroes. So please enjoy this lovely, happy song about the professionally heroic and the casually daring. Oh, come on, play, damn you. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been our show. We will tune in next week and we will give you the lowdown on Malaysia. Enjoy the tune of the casually daring and the heroic and the professionally heroic.
See you guys.
Those magnificent men in their flying machine, they go up to the up, they go down to the down. They enchant all the ladies and steal all the scene with their up to the up, and then down to the down. Up, down, flying around, looping the loop and defying the ground. They're all rightfully keen, those magnificent men in their flying machines. They can fly upside down with their feet in the magnificent men in their flying machines. They go up to the up, they go down to the down. They enchant all the ladies and steal all the scenes with their up to the up, and their down to the down. Up, down, flying around, looping the loop and defying the ground. They're all frightfully keen, those magnificent men in their flying machine. Those magnificent men in their flying machine, they go up to the up, they go down to the down. Those magnificent men, those magnificent men, those magnificent men in their flying machine.
No limit in the sky that I won't fly for you. No amount of tears in my eyes that I won't cry for you. Oh no, with every breath that I take, I want you to share that air with me. There's no promise that I won't keep. I climb a mountain that's none too steep. When it comes to you, there's no crime. Let's take both of our souls and intertwine. When it comes to you, don't be blind. Watch me speak from my heart. When it comes to you, comes to you. Want you to share that. Cupid in a lie, arrow got your name on it. Oh yeah. Don't miss out on the love and regret yourself on it. Open up your mind, clear your head. Ain't gotta wake up to an empty bed. Share my life, it's yours to keep. Now that I give to you all of me. When it comes to you, there's no crime. Let's take both of our souls and intertwine. When it comes to you, don't be blind. Watch me speak from my heart. When it comes to you, comes to you. Want you to share that. When it comes to you, want you to share that. When it comes to you, there's no crime. Let's take both of our souls and intertwine. When it comes to you, don't be blind. Watch me speak from my heart. When it comes to you, comes to you.
It's the new voice of DeSales University. Radio DSR.
Excuse me, can I please talk to you for a minute?
Take a minute, girl, come sit down. What's been happening? What's been happening? Take a minute, girl. Take a minute, girl, come sit down. What's been happening? What's been happening? Take a minute, girl, come to follow the feel alone. And I walk with your heart. Come to follow the feel alone. In your face, I can see action.
Excuse me, can I please talk to you for a minute?